It was a rainy evening in March when I first walked into Haven Grounds, a small, quiet coffee shop tucked away on the corner of an old street in New York. The kind of place that looks too empty to be open, yet somehow smells like freshly roasted beans and faint cinnamon. I'd just moved into a new apartment nearby, trying to start over after a long breakup and a job transfer. I wasn't in the mood to talk to anyone. But as soon as I walked in, the barista behind the counter froze. He stared at me. Not just a passing glance, but that look, like he'd seen a ghost. He was in his late 20s, tall, with tired eyes and a polite voice. Good evening, ma'am," he said hesitantly. "It's been a long time." I frowned. "Sorry?" He smiled nervously. "You used to come here often. Every Thursday night. You liked the black coffee with cinnamon dust, right?" I laughed awkwardly. "You must be confusing me with someone else. I've never been here before." But he didn't look convinced. His hands trembled slightly as he handed me the cup. "No, I remember your voice." There was a pause. The rain outside grew heavier, drumming against the glass. For the next few days I kept thinking about it. Maybe I just looked like someone else. But when I went back a week later, he greeted me again, this time with quiet fear in his eyes. "You came back," he whispered. "Even after..." "After what?" I asked. He swallowed hard. "Nothing. Just, it's good to see you." He wrote my name, Karen, on the cup before I even told him. When I asked how he knew, he froze again. "You told me that name last year." I stared at him. "Last year? I moved to this city 2 weeks ago." That night I couldn't sleep. Something about his tone, the way he said it, made my stomach twist. So I looked up the cafe online. There were old posts on social media, tagged photos, check-ins, but one caught my eye. It was from a local page dated September 2023. The post read, "Tragedy at Haven Grounds. Local student found dead in cafe washroom late last night. Staff claim she was a regular customer named Karen." My blood ran cold. Same name, same face. Because the attached photo, grainy and under fluorescent light, was me. The next morning, I went back to the cafe, determined to find out the truth. The same barista was there. He looked worse now, pale, sleepless. I walked up to the counter. "I need to talk to you about something," I said. He looked around nervously, then motioned me toward the back door. We sat at a small employee table near the storage room. "I knew you'd come back," he said quietly. "They always do." "What do you mean?" He rubbed his eyes. "That night, the night she died, I was here. She was sitting right where you're sitting now. She looked just like you. Same voice, same smile. She asked me if I believed in déjà vu." He hesitated. "Then she went to the washroom. The lights flickered and she never came out." My heart was pounding so hard I could barely breathe. "But that doesn't make sense," I whispered. "She can't be me." He stared at me and whispered, "Do you have a birthmark behind your left ear?" I froze. "How do you know that?" He shook his head slowly. "Because she had one too." A sudden crash echoed from the back of the storage room. A metal tray had fallen to the floor by itself. The air grew heavy, that same burnt coffee smell filling the air, and for a moment I heard it, a whisper. "You left me here." I turned sharply toward the washroom door. It was slightly open. Inside, the flickering fluorescent light revealed something scratched into the mirror in faint letters. "Remember Thursday?" I ran out of the cafe that night. Didn't even look back. The next day when I passed by that street again, the cafe was gone. Not closed. Not boarded up. Just gone. The building was a vacant lot, as if it had never existed. A few weeks later, I found an old newspaper cutting on a local forum. It showed the same barista's face. He had died in 2023, on a Thursday night, after reportedly locking up the cafe alone. Now sometimes when I walk by new cafes, I still catch the faint smell of cinnamon and burnt espresso, And when I order coffee, they sometimes get my name wrong. They write Anya on the cup, even if I never said it. And I wonder, maybe I was never the customer. Maybe I was always the one who stayed behind.